There you go.
I guess, yeah, that was always my identity, especially when I was a kid, because I was a lot bigger than the other kids.
What are you hoping to get help from here?
Your amazing expertise. I know you have a lot of experience in making docs, so I'll be hassling you quite a bit, I think.
I did not see that. I
What is
swear to God.
that? What is that? Did you get the what's now? The snack? When I took designing interactive books, right? I thought we were gonna use InDesign, which is an Adobe software.
I don't know.
And said no, she didn't even put it in the syllabus. She's like, we're using Apple Pages. And I'm like, I have a PC. And she's like, I don't care.
I can do Apple Pages.
So I have to finish my final.
So my hope is that this cohort of students, but also incoming cohorts of students, will use this lab to tell incredible stories. Documentary films, digital media stories, audio stories, and I really hope that they take all of the academic ideas, all of the really interesting conversations that we had throughout the semester, and then spend a few weeks individually as well as together in turning those ideas into great films that can go into the world and have an afterlife outside of the university.
What problems people have faced because of it.
I think we just need to abolish companies like that, like burn down headquarters. Lovely idea. I think it's not just corporations that need to stop. I think somehow we need to talk to older generations. Like there's a conversation we need to have about the racism that's prevalent in Pakistan, and yeah. Or we could just be the new generation that stops comparing skin tones.
Yeah, so my idea was to talk about colorism in Pakistan and how it's impacting people, their experiences, their journey in life. Okay, to be honest, initially I was very scared to come in here because I was like, just the thought of two professionals going through your work, looking at it, and then your peers looking through it as well was so intimidating. So I was obviously very scared. But then it was so helpful. Like I remember walking out of that classroom, I'm so much more confident, excited, and I'm so guided, you know? Like I know what to do and how to do it. So I think it was very beneficial for me. And I don't know, something about that space, it was so cool because you were so close. With COVID, that wasn't possible, right? But you were so close. There's a professor, there's your peers, and then there's Diego in the background recording you. It was just like something special. You feel like a little star. So yeah, I think it was really cool and I loved it.
The fighting was happening. I was 5 years old at the time, and my mom gave birth with her head resting between my legs. I watched my sister being born with bullets flying through the windows.
When you're in a country that isn't yours, isn't your land, it is kind of hard to fit in and fit in socially, and you always have to feel like you have to overcompensate by saying, I am Palestinian, like I swear I'm Palestinian.
It so moves. Did everybody think so?
Yeah.
And I think if that part is gonna be taken out, then his little like conclusion is very impactful in comparison to the other one.
Yeah.
So I think that one should be the last.
Like
so
just
that
finish it off.
yeah, just that it would leave like more like so you can think a little bit
So
more
like
about
finish
it.
it off like instead of
I'm gonna move a little bit this way actually because I think that looks cool there. There we go. I have the rough cut mainly down. After last week's editing session, I went back and started looking for some more B-roll, like of Palestine itself. And yeah, I just took a lot of the feedback that I got from last week that was like super useful. Now I'm just kind of piecing together, trying to get the final cut, trying to get it down a lot because it was like 9 minutes last week. But it was good because everyone got to see the uncut sort of version. I probably shouldn't look at you, I'm sorry. And yeah, so now everyone can see like the final, like what actually made it to the actual documentary.
Okay, so I think a really important form, Take two. Really important form about film in general is the socialization part. I think it was really interesting after years spent online of, empty halls and empty chairs. It was a really interesting learning environment to be back in person, and not just in person but also packed into this little tiny little room with just 2 computers and 5-6 people inside. Even then, with all those obstacles involved, I think people found it really valuable because of that personal physical experience where they got to verbally, physically talk to each other about what works in their documentary projects and what doesn't work. It was a really valuable experience for, I feel like, not just me, but also for them.
Yeah, I think it's so powerful being in that space, and it's very creative. Like, it's something about it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just really fun. Like, it was just nice to be back in like an in-person setting, and like building off of each other's ideas. And yeah, what else should I add? And so yeah, in terms of plans, I would love to continue to see like what it is that I could do. I have a really specific field that I kind of keep delving into, and you guys probably know that. Oh, like diaspora and the Palestinian sort of cause and stuff. It's just something that's super important to me, and I'm sure everybody knows that because it's all I ever talk about.
I think this is one of the courses that I've enjoyed thoroughly this semester. I think I'm gonna really miss this. And Professor Lilia, she's wonderful. I love her. Just her guidance and everything. I think it was a wholesome experience. So I'm sad that this is ending. But I think for the future, I want to work on my documentary. Like, I'm going to Pakistan this summer, so I want to continue filming people and getting more interviews in. And hopefully creating a more, complete documentary.
Hopefully I can like sort of use this to touch on more important topics, and continue to educate people with really cool media stuff. So, is that good?
It's great.
Great?
Yeah. Just fun. Fun is the only word that I can think of. Like, I feel like a big part of film is that those personal connections that you form with people. So, in the future, like, you like reach out and connect. It's like, hey, you want to work on this idea? No matter how like small or big, people who are always just like looking to get behind the camera or in front of a camera and tell a story.
Yeah.
Whatever it might be.
Awesome. This part is the coolest. You should edit this in. Make sure record you doing that. It's more satisfying. I like this course. I think it's great. I think the prof makes it great.
Yeah.
She's so chill. She's just perfect.
Give us a nice mark, please. Please, we're talking real good about you.
Show her that.